All right, we are live.
Okay, Naima says she's going to put a comment that says hi guys, and you should
Perfect.
add her as a moderator. You know,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Okay.
So she's gonna say yeah. So hi guys. It's always like a couple of seconds
Yeah,
behind.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
if anyone has connected, they're probably seeing us now.
Not
And yeah, we're
yet.
live. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We're
Sounds
live.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was surprised the last time where it was people just joined. I was like,
It
oh
was
my God. Hi, Agnes.
exactly.
Thank you for coming back. We promised you
Yes.
that we're
Hi,
coming
hi,
back. So
Edenice. Thank you for joining the live, and please remember to hit the like and share so that the live is then, the notification goes to more people. Welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. Keep Sonia. Thank you so much for coming back. It was a rough start, but we're good. We
yes,
didn't
we're
know that,
good.
once you test, you're already live. So yeah, we're good. We're good.
Yeah.
Mm.
So Jemima, I've added you as a moderator, so thank you guys so much. Hi, Phaedra. Amazing, Phaedra. You're amazing from the DC. Thank you so much
Yes,
for
yes.
being
Hi,
here.
Pedro. Oh, she's so supportive. Thank you
She is
so much for
amazing.
joining the live.
She's
Thank
amazing.
you so much. Admi says, so happy to see you look well. Thank you so much. I appreciate, and I want to say thank you to Kiki for for agreeing to do this. It's my first time going live and being co-hosted. So I've never done this before. We have done lives before, just myself, but we've never done something like this before. So thank you so much, Kiki, for agreeing to do this. And guys, if you have any
Hi.
questions about the fragrance, if you have any questions about what's going on, just throw the questions there and we can flow.
Yes.
The introverted natural. Hi, hi, hi. Thank you so much for joining the live. Remember to hit the share button and the
Please,
like
please,
button.
please.
Yes,
Yes.
those two actually notify other people and get the live out to more people. So, any questions about the fragrance Proud Mary?
Keeps Nanya, you are the sweetest. Thank you so much. Appreciate you so much, Roger. Yeah. So yeah, thank you. Yes. Thank you so much, Keeps Nanya.
Yes,
These are
thank you so much
words.
for the gift. That's so wonderful of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay,
Yeah.
well, like the legend here at C Chronicles has shared, please like, share. I wanted to test run initially on this page because it's much smaller than C's. So I was so happy that we had that much group of people joining in to help. And that's the beautiful community we have here within the
Yes.
fragrance world. Here on YouTube, I have a preference for YouTube. I am not shy to say because there's just a warmth you feel here, and it's so
Yes,
you're right.
yes, yes,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yes.
All right. And I think that that's a great a segue into the reason why we're here.
Mm-hmm.
We're here to talk about something that has been created by a family member of ours here on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
C
Mm-hmm.
Chronicles, who we've referenced a lot when it comes to the world of perfumery, has created her very own fragrance called Proud Mary. It is a work of art. It is what I like to call a passion project. And during this
Yes.
call, I will be sharing with you my thoughts, also speaking to her, asking her questions. So feel free to put in the chat whatever questions you have, comments, clarifications. Hopefully, we can get them addressed. All right.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
All righty.
We're here
So,
for that.
yeah, any comments before we begin, see, on the whole scope of what this will be about?
Yeah, this is basically about your thoughts on the fragrance and any questions that anyone may have that wants to ask about the project, what it took, the journey, and anything that they may want to ask. And I MC Chronicles, and I reached out to Kiki. Kiki is a young sister of mine on this
Yes.
platform, but I was so overjoyed when you accepted to even receive the fragrance, because it was just one of those things that I knew I wanted you to have a whiff of the fragrance, come with it, and then tell your family here your thoughts about it. And we got talking, and it got to this, which I am hoping is going to be insightful to anyone who may have any questions whatsoever about how Proud Mary came to be, questions about us, questions about the community, anything at all. But when it comes to the reviewing what you feel about the fragrance, I prefer that's something that you do more than I do, because I pretty
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good. Okay. So if you were not here before, I'm going to talk back again. That's okay. We can hear you perfectly. So, see, before I begin, Phaedra says, can you hear me? I- All right, guys. That's okay. That's okay. We can hear you perfectly. While we're doing this, see if you can hear me. Oh, she can't hear me. I can see you. It's a bit frozen, but I can hear you. That's okay. That's
yeah.
okay. So while you're fixing it, we've gotten a few lovely comments. See, like Phaedra says, thanks so much for all that you've given to the fragrance community, in particular Melissa fragrances. So that's a note to you, see, to let you know that people
Thank you
do
so much.
admire
Thank
you.
you so much. I
All
appreciate
right.
it.
So let's
Thank you
get
so
into
much.
let's get into Proudberry. I'm really excited to talk about this one. I told a few friends of mine over the past few days. I'm like, okay, this is a pretty special fragrance because I have been wearing it consistently. And one thing about me is when I get a fragrance, I like to try it
Hmm.
out and then I go on a walk with it because I'm in a heavy walking path place. So I wore
Hmm.
Proud Mary out and I'm happy to tell you that I got compliments while wearing it. So just FYI.
Wow.
Now, but let's
Wow.
get into the packaging. I love to show people what they're going to get if they do get it, and I hope you do get it. Let's go. Let's support Sea Chronicles. Proud Mary comes in this gorgeous packaging right here that looks incredible. Like when you see it, you're like, okay, this is money well spent. So if you're getting it, it comes in this box right here. And I
Hmm.
can tell you, I spend a lot of money on a lot of fragrances, and most of them don't come this way. So that's to tell you, your bottle will be packaged and secured properly. And it also has this very weighty feel to it. So that's good. I like to pull it out this way. And this is what it's going
Hmm.
to look like if you do get it. Like it comes out in this packaging. This to me is luxury at its finest. All right. And then you have the bottle out here. But before we get into the juicy, I wanted you to talk a bit about your journey to this place of creating a fragrance. I know I listened to your video where you said that you had started this about a year ago, and the name Proud Mary is an ode to your mother. So can you just walk us
Hmm.
through maybe like in a minute what came to this point? Yeah, how you got to this point.
Oh, okay. How it got to this point of making the fragrance was when I started reviewing fragrances in 2019. I
Yes,
wasn't looking at creating a fragrance, just like perhaps most of the people that are on the platform. I
yes.
wasn't looking, at one day creating a fragrance, but it became uh, got me, preoccupied. Like I was getting requests, video requests and stuff, and I built a community in the process. And when I built a community in the process, last year, after putting out videos and putting out videos, I really felt burnt out trying to keep up with the releases and whatever.
Oh,
And
yeah.
because of location, I wasn't like getting, I wasn't getting PR easily.
Mhm.
Even as I do have an address in the US, I think maybe there was a misconception that if your location is not perhaps a certain location, then it's not going to work. But what YouTube does is it really doesn't matter where you are. You could be in, I don't know, Antarctica. You'd still be put out there if
Yeah.
people are listening to what you're saying.
Mhm.
Exhausted and money on this, and I was seeing some creators getting sponsorship or creating fragrances.
Yeah.
That's not something that bothered me because remember, as I said, I didn't start the channel with the hope of creating a fragrance.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
when I
Yeah.
came last year to say I just want a break, it so happened that during the same video where I said I wanted a break, I just said in passing that I'd have wished I leave this when I had gone to perhaps meet the companies that I've spoken about for years. And it's just something that came out like that. And
Mhm.
there was Beauty World Middle East at the time. So I just said it to the YouTube community, the Sea Chronicles family, that in as much as I feel burnt out,
Yeah.
October is my birth month, and it would be amazing if, to wrap up this whole thing, I'd say I went to this company, I went to this
Yeah.
or if anything for your birthday, even as a birthday gift. And that's how the thing of going to Beauty World started
Mhm.
off that video.
Oh
But
wow.
within that, one of the Sea Chronicles family then also reached out and we started talking. She didn't reach out only on that day. She'd been a person that comes, in my DMs and checks up on me, sometimes asks about a certain fragrance or even give me, feedback on fragrances and new releases and stuff. And through that, we ended up talking about, what would it take to create a fragrance? And I didn't know she didn't know. We did a little bit of some research, and that was the birth of the idea of actually creating, a fragrance. So by the time I left for the Middle East, it was not only to just meet the brands, but it was also to meet perfumers that were to attend Beauty World and try to see how we can work it out to get the quotations and stuff, and if it was something within you know uh, the realm of what we could do, my partner especially, because she is the one who funded everything, then we're going to go ahead and do it. So after that, it was just flawless. I went to the Middle East and, we got quotations and stuff. And the idea was then brought to life,
Mhm.
And then when it comes to the fragrance itself, the making of Proud Mary, it was something that being in the industry on YouTube for 6 to 7 years, and also being a frig head in general, when you get that opportunity to say, oh, now I can actually create a fragrance, to me, it was just like uh, something that was pretty. It was not. They say do what you love, and you won't work a
Yeah.
day in your life. So
Yeah.
it's pretty much what happened with this fragrance from what I wanted, it to smell like, uh, to the naming, and
Mhm.
remember, because I was then funded privately, not by the brands that I've spoken about for years, we would come up with ideas and would liaise every time and stuff like that. And I remember talking to my partner and I was saying, I would love to name the fragrance. I would love you to name the fragrance, And she at that time said, if I could name the fragrance, I'd probably name it Sherry Jolly, okay? And she said, Sherry Jolly, Sherry means grandma, and Jolly, and I loved my grandma,
Yeah.
that much. But the same partner that I'm told, the same lady that funded this whole project, including the establishment of the company, had always been telling me, I don't want my name out there. I don't want my face out there. I don't want nothing out there. Okay. I'm just here to support your dreams. So she said, she spoke about I would name it Chevy Jolly. And I was like, okay, that sounds great. And then she said, no, but I'm not here to name the fragrance. I'm just giving you that as, what I would do if it was something that I wanted to do out there. And that's when I said, no, when it comes to me, it's a no-brainer. I would name the fragrance after my
Yeah.
mom,
Yeah.
because not only did she introduce me to fragrances, I'm here because she's the woman that brought me to this earth,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I loved my mom, unconditionally. And so it became from the idea of Sherry Jolly. And not Sherry Jolly being the name that she was actually trying to get me to name the fragrance. She just gave me that as a like an idea to say, no, if I were the one, I would name it after somebody that's really, like, especially my grandma. And I was like, no, this is not even something that I have to think of. I would name it Mary, and then of course. There was a little bit of some hesitance on my part because I thought about, oh, I'll name it Mary. And I thought, no, maybe it will come across as, then it's feminine. You know what I mean? And I love Tina Turner, and the song "Proud Mary" is a song I listen to, and my partner Tamika also, listens to Tina Turner, and that's when we thought, okay, just you could put the Proud Mary, and not only because of Tina Turner, but because yes, this is a project that I am hoping would make my mom proud. She's no longer with us. She's been gone for 29 years, but it is something that I felt putting her name there would, is something that I just felt would be perfect. And not because I wanted the sound of Proud Mary, not because of the Tina Turner song, but then adding the proud, on top of the Mary, then just made sense. So, in a nutshell, this is how this project came to life. Even the company itself, my partner Tamika is one of the best people that I'd say I've ever met and partnered with, because she is full of beautiful ideas, not necessarily about the juice or anything, but while we had, uh, agreed that this fragrance is going to be Proud Mary, and that sounded great. It's not something that we even slept over. I mean, it was like flawless. Okay, Proud Mary, that's it, perfect. She later, I think a few days later, uh, said, "Okay, we're gonna have to put something together, and I'm gonna consult my attorneys and stuff." And that was when the idea of the company came into place. That we should establish a company, and it became a thing of doing two things at the same time: creating a fragrance and establishing the company at the same time. And when I say Tamika is, I'd say one of the most, I don't know, one of the most, I'm not going to say, yeah, yeah,
Oh man, it's okay.
other thing that I started thinking about, and like, oh, okay, what do we name the company? And then again, she came with the idea of what, why not play around, with the names and extract something from the names of, you and yours, and come up with a name that would make sense. And that was the birth of Macedon as well. So in a nutshell, that is how the fragrance Proud Mary came about, the idea came about. And then, of course, getting to the Middle East, I attended the beauty world and had to stay in the Middle East for 3 more weeks, just making sure, we get to finalize this juice. By the time I left, which was around the 15th of November, was it 20th? I can't remember. Last year, by the time I left, the juice was already in place. But I'd taken so many trials, to make sure I get back to the company. The trials were this one with this and that, how they do it when they're testing fragrances. So I took those with me. And by the time I came here, the factory had what I wanted them to make. but they were still waiting for my final, my final choice. So the juice in itself was something that we tried and tested even when I had left Dubai, because remember, as I left, it's not like the packaging was there, it's not like all these other things were there. So the factory told me, no, don't worry, don't rush yourself, you take your time, play with your mixes and stuff. You can always, tell us which one you settle for based on the coding and stuff, and then as soon as you're ready, as soon as your packaging is here, as soon as we're ready with the raw materials and everything, then we'll stop
Yeah.
the actual fragrance making. So yeah, this is a product that was born last year, discussed in August, was brought to life by a Sea Chronicles member. Sea Chronicles is my channel here on YouTube where I talk about fragrances. One of the Sea Chronicles family reached out, and first was just a friend who would talk via text. And from the time I wanted to quit, she was one of the people that said, I would love for you to go to the Middle East. It was not about the perfume, but during the conversation, we ended up talking about making a perfume. And as a frig head, this is a dream come true. This is a dream come true. And as much as I didn't start the YouTube channel hoping to create a fragrance one day, when I got the opportunity, it was just God sent. This is, a
Yeah.
dream come true. I knew the sort of juice I wanted to bring out there. I knew the concentration I wanted to bring out there, and yeah, this is the product. That's why we're here today.
Awesome. It's so great to have gotten the backstory. So I hope you guys on the live know that you're getting it directly from the horse's mouth about the whole process from start to where we are. So great work on that. And shout out to Tamika, your partner as well. Now I know everyone here is
Yeah.
excited to know about the fragrance, what it smells like.
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
tried this, and I would say one of my favorite things about Proud Mary is the way it evolves. So it has a
Hmm.
number of notes, and remind me if I'm missing out anything here. So here we have pineapple, but to me, the pineapple smells a bit smoky and a bit
Hmm.
caramelized. You have apples as well. So you have like sweet, decadent fruits. Like think of it as crispy apples, but at the same time, it has that smoky effect. You have, do I believe cardamom is in here as a spice? I think it's in here, and I love that. I love when cardamom is used with fruits. It just makes it like a Middle Eastern feast. I always say in my life that I was a Middle Eastern in some time. So it reminds me of like their dried fruits, you know how it's mixed with spices. I believe there's tonka bean, vanilla in here. Um, but together, this is a fragrance that I cannot pinpoint it as being one thing. It just morphs into multiple things. I think that's
Hmm.
one of my favorite things about the fragrance. And it turns a bit woody as well as it
Hmm.
dries, right? So
Hmm.
did you envision this to be a fragrance that like changes its different phase, like into different phases? Or did you have this as being inspired by anything? What was the idea behind the smell of this fragrance?
Okay, I wanted something that's not going to be linear, but I wanted something as well that will be easy to carry. I wanted a fragrance that will have notes in sync. I wanted a fragrance that speaks differently from one person to the other. And I wanted a fragrance that's not necessarily going to shout in one particular note, because that then makes it an either or. It's either you like it or you don't. So I wanted something that's just going to flow, and I'm happy that we were able to achieve that in this. In the sense that I knew I wanted, a fruity feel in a fragrance, but I also wanted a floral feel in the fragrance, a
Yeah.
little bit of some spice, some woods in the fragrance,
Hmm.
but not being a fragrance that you would say top 10 woody or top 10 spicy or top 10,
Yeah.
because I wanted the fragrance to have a story where it can flow all year round.
Yeah.
It was my first baby, so I wanted something that's not going to necessarily lean a certain way,
One way.
or to necessarily highlight a certain
Yeah.
thing, but at
Yeah.
the same time, play, with the senses and transport the senses from one olfactory journey to the
To the
other.
other.
And
Mhm.
those are basically the sort of fragrances that I like.
Yeah.
But of course, as Macedon Perfumes, the company itself, we intend to make more fragrances. We are going to have some fragrances maybe that will just highlight a particular note, like like in the fragrance industry. But with this first one, I wanted something that will flow. I wanted everything to be in tandem.
In
And
sync.
remember, even as I was explaining in the factory, I ended up leaving the Middle East with like, I think about more than 22 or so of the little, those generic thingies that they use to, you test this formula, you test this formula, you test this formula. I would take this one back. I'll take that one back. I'll tell them take this off. I'll tell them take that off. I'll say no. I think the tonka is doing too much in
Yeah.
this and whatever. So the plan or the idea or what was ideal to my nose as a first fragrance was something that's going to flow,
Mm.
that's going to present everything, but not have anything stick out. So when you say
Yeah.
pineapple at the top and apple, fragrances like that sometimes, if you over highlight the apple, the pineapple, they can then have like a sticky feel, like an obviously like a
Like
sticky
a very
fruity feel.
sweet, yeah,
Yes, very
tropical,
sweet, jammy
yeah,
even.
yeah.
That's not what I
That's
wanted with
not what
this. And
we're
I had
getting
to,
in here. Yeah.
yes, yes, I wanted a tease of everything so
Yeah.
that it would be something that's first of all unisex, and something that if
Oh,
you say I love florals, you will
yeah.
get the florals without it being strictly a floral fragrance. If you love, a fragrance with a touch of spices, then you get it in here. So yeah, that was that
The
was the
idea.
thought process behind the creation of Proud Mary.
No, and I think you did a great job in unifying all the different nuances and factors that we love in fragrances. Like you, I also love a fragrance that takes me on a journey and keeps Nonia also mentioned it here, right? A fragrance that gives you an experience. I think with the oversaturation within the community in the past few years, fragrances literally smell the same. It's like, oh, this is a peachy fragrance or this is a vanilla fragrance. But it's interesting to see something that captures different essences that we love in fragrances. Be you someone who loves fruit. Sometimes I love my fruit. Sometimes I want my flowers. Sometimes I want my woody. I
Yes.
want my spices, and you're getting all of that in here. I think you did a great job. You hit the point saying this is a unisex fragrance. I can definitely see this on a man. I think it works perfectly. And it's really is an extrait de parfum. In my experience wearing this fragrance, a lot of people throw in that extrait de parfum just to entice people because we want long lasting strong fragrances, but this
Yes.
really lives
Yes.
up to the name of being an extrait de parfum. So if you're not aware watching this, this is an extrait de parfum, meaning the oil concentration is higher here. So technically you're getting a longer performance. And I can tell you that when I wore it the first time, I could still smell it on my jacket days after. So great job on that. I love the atomizer. Was that something you wear? And I'm a geek. I'm a fragrance geek. I go beyond the juice. I talk about different aspects. Were you particular about the spray, the atomizer here? Because oh, the cap fell off. Okay, but this is it. This is what we're getting here. Do you see how pleasurable that is to the eyes? Like, were you thinking
Mm.
about that? Was that intentional?
Yes, yes, yes. It was intentional because you get to choose. The atomizer that we picked for this, it was actually between two, and the two were very close contenders, and it was an either or. But this particular one was not the exact one I
Oh,
chose. I chose,
this
some
is
the
really good.
second one. But then anyway, we got to discover that when the production was over and stuff. But yes, the atomizer were particular. I was particular about that. My partner was also particular about presentation, with the quality and everything, the
Yeah,
caps. We were very particular, with things like this. We're not going for plastic or things that would fall off and stuff. So yeah, we had a lineup of atomizers, tried all of them, and settled for two. And the factory ended up mixing things up and putting the second one, but the second one is still good. I don't
yeah.
have a
Look at
problem with
that.
that.
Oh
I
my
love it.
gosh,
Yeah,
that is.
yeah. But yes, that's what Macedon Perfumes, represents.
Yeah.
We wanted quality.
Mm-hmm.
We wanted something flawless. We wanted something pleasant to the
Mm-hmm.
nose.
Mm-hmm.
We wanted something that says a story. We
Yeah.
wanted something that will even, I know scents. interpret differently to different
Yes,
people.
it
But
does.
with this one, we also were going for that, where it should be a fragrance that, if you ask whoever, or that they will tell you, oh no, at some point I'm getting a lot of this and this, without whatever it is that they're saying they're getting shouting. So that was the point,
Yeah.
and I think we achieved it, with this. Yeah.
So you
So
did a
yeah,
great.
atomizer. Yeah, the atomizer was a big deal. I hate sloppy.
Oh my
Like,
God.
ew.
Do you know how many times I've had to like switch off a cap from like a fragrance, or I have like a very expensive fragrance and then it's just bringing out bits and pieces. It's like, what is this? This is not what we're paying for. But this is great. So if you're
Yes.
watching this, we've shown it to you, live demos, how the atomizer works. Like you're bathing yourself in the beauty of this fragrance. And I'm not missing words to say this is such a unique fragrance. It's a special fragrance. And you can tell by the quality, the smell, the performance, everything about this is such a rich experience. I cannot wait for you watching this to smell this. This is something you should prepare yourself to gift out to people. We're getting into the colder months. I know that this can serve like a year-round fragrance, but in all honesty, see, I think that this will work so well right now in the fall season and the winter season, because fruits, especially with the intensity of how the fruits show up here and then the spices working together and the woody notes, I think now is the time to truly enjoy and just bask in the beauty of Proud Mary. Like this is one that I wear and I'm like, oh, I really do feel like Tina Turner. This is one of those fragrances that you
Mm.
embody a character when you wear this. And yeah,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
that is incredible to know. If you're watching this and you have any questions, please put it in the comments for C to answer you. Another question I was going to ask is, when is Macedon perfumes going to be listed on Fragrantica? We need to spread the word. We need to post pictures and let people know
Okay.
about this.
Okay. Yeah. We have. We've put in that. My partner sent the I don't know what the process is. That
Okay.
she listed Grantica and Profumo, but we're still waiting for it to actually show up on the site. So uh, hopefully this week,
Yeah.
hopefully sometime this week, we'll have it on the site. And I also can't wait as well, because I want to hear what people think about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's certainly taken care of. I think maybe because we had a pre-launch on Thursday, maybe the timing in terms of the database, the Fragrantica database,
That's okay.
perhaps was not yeah, but
Updated.
it's certainly something that's underway.
So talking about a pre-launch, right now, this 120 ml bottle, listen, 120 ml bottle is on sale right now. So currently, like in full price, it goes for 148, 149, right?
149, yeah,
149, yeah.
149.
But right now it's on sale at you're
Mm-hmm.
getting it for $119, like 100 and
11,
100, yeah. 111, I'm
111.
sorry, $111, which when you
Mm-hmm.
think about it per mil, that is
Mm-hmm.
incredible to me. Like for the quality you're getting, it is worth every single penny. How long is the discount lasting for? And when, like, what is the process for those interested in getting it? Is there something you can share?
Yes, sure. The discount should last up to Friday.
Mhm.
Up to Friday, yeah, up to Friday. I think
Okay.
the discount will be on up to Friday, and then when they changes,
Wow.
we'll obviously notify. Yeah,
Can you
because the
imagine?
discount was actually a pre-launch discount.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And no tax and free shipping. Are you
Hmm.
kidding me? That is music to my ears. Thanks for sharing that, Keeps Noya. Let me tell you, Keeps Noya
Yeah,
here.
yeah,
She's
yeah.
an
We
incredible.
try, we try.
Yeah. Oh, it's frozen. That's okay. But while C gets back to us, Keeps Noya, I have to give her a shout out here. C is back. So Keeps Noya, she's on this chat. She's just an incredible human being. She already purchased your fragrance. She's,
Oh,
sharing
thank
it.
you
She's
so
very
much.
active on Instagram, and I know she's good. She always highlights a lot of Black-owned fragrances. Sometimes I don't even know
Oh.
about fragrances, but I know that she's very excited to support this, be it full price, be it regular price, she was going to buy it anywhere, and she has done, as well as a lot of the people here. I'm reading comments saying, I've bought it, I've bought it, I've bought it. So,
Mhm,
um,
mhm.
Yeah, I'm really excited
Mm.
for you. If you have any
Mm.
questions, please share it. So this is a
Yes, please
unisex
share.
yeah. This is a unisex fragrance, just to be very clear, okay? A man can wear this, a woman can wear this, whoever you are, this will work perfectly on you. I would say, performance wise, I'm a team oversprayer. You can see my dent. That's to tell you how
Mm.
addicted I am to this fragrance. Look, this fragrance is less than a week in my collection, and I'm wearing it. And I shared it when we were doing the test run. I will say here again if you missed it. I already got compliments while wearing this fragrance on the first day. Because when I get new fragrances, I like to go on walks and share. People
Mhm.
don't hesitate when they should tell you their feedback. I went on a walk and this person was like, whatever perfume you're wearing smells really good. And I told them about it. Hopefully they did purchase. So just let you
Mhm.
know that Proudberry will garner you compliments. It stays on your clothes. So you're having a long lasting, high performing fragrance, which is what we want to hear. In the world of numerous fragrances that come and go, this will stay with you. So see, you did an amazing
Mm.
job in this creation. Um,
Thank you so much.
you're welcome. What else do I want to say now? 100, so we have 120 mil, which is great. Are there any plans of making like a smaller size, travel size, decant options? What was there anything coming like that in the future?
Well, unfortunately, not with Proud Mary, because this was crafted with the intention of, getting it to. I mean, we made this as a limited release, right? So the
Mhm.
plan
Yeah.
is not to have it come back. I'm not sure whether we as a company are not going to decant this, and I not sure, of course, if
Okay.
anybody will, but we as a company are not going to decant this. I work with High Descent, they're a decant company, they're not going to decant this. So, no, the
That makes
plan
sense.
was just to have this as a limited release.
Yeah.
That's why everything about it was extra, including the size of the bottle, right?
Love it.
So, this Proud Mary is going to be a one off. Once it's gone, it's gone. However, the company Mastodon Perfumes, www.mastodonperfumes.com, which is
Yes.
also, the brand behind this fragrance. It's still new. The vision of the company is to create more fragrances. We're going to have smaller fragrances. We're going to have gift sets. We're going to have fragrances of all price ranges. Okay, so we have something huge planned,
Love it.
because the whole vision is for the company to grow and
Yeah.
make other fragrances. We will there's one thing that we will ensure to stick to, that is the quality. So I'm not saying the other fragrances are going to be of whatever quality, they're going to be of high quality as well, but
Yeah.
this particular one, was created as a limited release. That's why everything about it is like this. That's why it's 120 ml. That's why it even has this print and stuff. So it was mostly to get the brand going as a start, but as a project that I was full on in. The next ones I will be in as well. But the next ones will be fragrances where possibly we have whatever numbers, because they're not limited releases.
Yeah.
However, with the way things are going with this one, I was in a discussion with my partner, and she was saying maybe you want to do a second one. That's going to be a limited release, and with the second one, you could maybe do 5,000, and then that becomes the second limited release, and then after that, we just start rolling them. So, yeah, unless
Yeah.
there is a petition
So
to bring this back, then yeah. But for
but I
now, no, there are no plans to bring Proud Mary back. Once the 2,500 bottles are done, that's it.
But I love that, which is pretty unique because I'm looking at my package right now. You guys, I have bottle number 2378. So you may be lucky. I don't know what bottle you have, but my bottle says bottle 2378. So get your hands on this limited release. Trust me, Kiki never comes and recommends stuff. I get a lot of PR. I promise you, sometimes I actually push back PR, but for me to show my face, and because I look at things of, I used to be a consumer, I'm still a consumer, I'm a student of the art of perfumery. However, I want
Mhm.
to, I put myself back in a position of, I'm going to put my hands in my pocket and buy stuff. Why would
Mm,
I lie to a person? It's just like,
mm,
then
mm,
that means everyone else who had been watching was lying to me. I don't want to ever do that. So, putting myself in your position, I can tell you wholeheartedly that Proud Mary is
mhm.
a fragrance that you would love if you love something unique, special. It takes you on a journey. It's sweet. It's not overt in its sweetness. It's spicy. It's not an intense spicy fragrance. It is warm. It is cozy. It is woody. It has a floral nuance to it as well. This is a beautiful blend for someone who truly enjoys what I love to call the art of perfumery. So you're not kept in one angle. And again, it's about how you spray your fragrance. Don't think if I spray boom, boom, oh my gosh, I'm not
Mm,
getting no, 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 no. Spray with it. And I think that's also where the beauty of the atomizer comes. You're having like this full-on
mm.
experience. It's like a fine, luxurious mist
Let me
of
just ask them to pin
sweetness
the code.
coming over you.
Mm.
Okay. Can I pin the website? Absolutely. Jemima, can you please pin the website for the folks here? Also,
Mm.
put the code. I believe there's a code, right? Called pre-launch. That's
Oh
what
no,
she
the
uses.
code, we've taken off the code because
Okay.
yeah, it caused a lot of confusion on the first
Okay.
day
So it's
because
auto
what people,
discounted.
yeah, the code is not there anymore. There's no need to put the code. The fragrance
Okay.
is discounted, already. So you just go on the site and buy the fragrance. It's already
But till
discounted.
Friday.
And yes, and we have an option where you can pay in parts. So we have that on website. Anyone who goes on to www.macedonperfumes.com, which the link is going to be pinned, and Mima, can you pin the link?
Yeah,
The
she
link.
pinned it
Oh,
already. I
oh
think
no,
it's
she says Mima is saying you are supposed to pin
Oh
it.
my
Okay.
goodness. I'm sorry. There we go.
Yeah, we have no clue
Okay.
how these things work. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, anyone who goes onto the website, you don't need to text anything. You don't need to write anything. The whole idea behind inputting pre-launch before accessing the site was for this special 25% off, where it was already there. It was already discounted, but it was for those who wanted to access the site early. The fast fingers first. So we put it that way. But because it was causing confusion, people would go on the site, they'll put pre-launch, and after that, not notice that the fragrance is already discounted. They put pre-launch.
I mean, oh, okay. That's a lot of confusion.
The pre-launch thing is not there anymore.
Yeah. Okay. Which is incredible. At this time, $112 is perfect for 120 ml bottle. 111, 112. It is amazing. Okay. So are there plans? So right now, how far is shipping? How far off can people get this? People living in Antigua, can they get this? People living in Nigeria, Ghana, can they get this? How far is their expense?
Easy to get to Nigeria as well. So a few bottles. And the plan is, to add more shipping countries, the UK, Australia, Canada. I'm seeing all those messages. It's a little bit slow for now, but we are trying as much as we can to see how we can work that out. Reason being, shipping perfume is a problem. That's the thing. I mean, I don't know how it works where it's okay to go with 1,000 bottles in your suitcase as long as you have the fragrance, but you can't ship it. It's the hazmat laws, are very
Yeah.
complicated, but fragrances can be shipped nonetheless. So we're just trying to see how we can work around, especially incorporating DHL and perhaps even other websites. This morning we're talking about Amazon. It's not yet on Amazon, but we're talking about that to see that if those websites will then take care of the other part where they can, because they're already in the industry, they're already in the business, they're big, so maybe they'll be able to push it out even further and faster. But us as Macedon are working flat out to ensure that we can ship this internationally, to make sure that we can, because it's not only people from the United States that watch us here on YouTube. So yes, we're trying to incorporate everybody, and we're trying to do that as fast as we can. As fast
Yeah.
as we can. But for now, what's happening is we're waiting, for responses from, especially, companies like DHL, to see how we can work it out. And as soon as we crack that, I will definitely, I'll definitely put it on we'll put it on the page. We'll put it on Instagram, on TikTok, Facebook, all the nice stuff, all the socials, to say now we're shipping to this, destination. But as it is, there are some people that have come, even in the comment section or behind the scenes, even on Instagram, telling me how they've managed to find a way, to get the fragrance to themselves. And I remember in my last live, I was saying I do the same as well. I get my fragrances off Joma Shop. And sometimes it's a cousin bringing it over, sometimes a friend of a friend, sometimes it's, because of how fragrances are just this whole hazmat thing. But yes, as a brand, we're working flat out to make sure that we're able to ship to more countries. And certainly, Ghana is going to have this, and it's going to be sold at I Smell Good, which is a fragrance
Address.
shop.
Yeah, address
Yes, I
shop.
just
Yeah.
fragrance shop. So Ghana is going to have a few bottles in not so far a future, in the near future. I'm going to make sure that Ajwa has a couple of bottles to sell. And as I said, those bottles will be for Ghana and Nigeria. In South
Awesome.
Africa, we have a few bottles that fair, which is Africa. It's Dubai Perfume. It's www.dubaiperfumecafe.co.za. That is South Africa. But as for
Yeah.
now, if you are in the US, or you have a way of getting it sent to you from the US via family, www.macedonperfumes.com. You can get this gem. I would very much love for you to smell this. I can't wait for the comments. I can't wait for the comments on Fragrantica. I cannot wait, to hear the feedback on this fragrance.
Well, I can tell you that the feedback is great from my end, and I'm seeing the comments as well. Abina, my sweetheart, my Ghanaian sister, is here as well, saying the compliments she's gotten has been so many, and I love that. Um, Anna Claus says, "Congratulations on your fragrance. We all, as a family here on
Thank
YouTube,
you. Thank you
congratulate
so
you so
much.
much on this." So yeah, we have a number of people here really excited to have brought this to you. Again, the goal was to come review the fragrance. And if you missed it, I'm going to share this again. To me, this is a wonderful offering. It's perfectly unisex. It is long lasting. I'm talking all day
Yes.
performance. It has a combination of notes that just makes you enjoy the experience, from it being fruity to it being a bit floral to it being spicy, woody. You're
Mm-hmm.
getting all aspects of that. I recommend this. You can wear this year round, but for my right now preference is for colder periods, which is where we are right now. So you wear it, you enjoy it. It comes off your clothes. It leaves an amazing fragrance trail. People will smell you. Like me spraying this
Mm-hmm.
right here, I can already see it enveloping this whole space. And I've been sniffing my hand because the payback or the payoff is just so indulgent and addictive. Like I can go on and on. And again, if you missed this, I said, look at the dent I'm already making on the fragrance that got to me of not up to a week ago. So I'm wearing it constantly, and that's the beauty of Proud Mary. I
Mm-hmm.
also love the name that has been given to this fragrance. So let me see if there are no other comments. Tech Troy says, "Congratulations, mom. That is so sweet." Um,
Yeah, that's my son. Yeah. Thank you
yeah,
so much.
Cloney Sword says, "I can't wait for it to be delivered." Cloney, we can't wait for you to receive this gem. Trust
Oh
me.
yes, yes, we can't wait. We can't wait, guys. If you're in the United States, purchase this fragrance. Support the business. It's a new brand. Macedon Perfumes is a new business, so it's not like we're a big company and stuff.
You're gonna
And
get
as I
big.
was
You're gonna
explaining
get
about
big.
shipping, it's
You're gonna get big pretty
yes,
soon.
yes, yes. That's exactly. That is what we're praying for. Macedon Perfumes is a company that was launched just about the same time as this fragrance. It was established rather the same time around this fragrance. This is the very first product that Macedon Perfumes has made, and so far shipping is in the United States. If you go on, Macedon Perfumes website, and you would be able to get your bottle. We have managed to also push when it comes to the shipping. We If you purchase the fragrance, I think you pretty much have it within a week. That's how fast our shipping is of
Yeah.
Macedon perfume. So yeah, if you like a bottle of Proud Mary, it is readily available, guys, in the United States. Grab this fragrance, come back with feedback. I'd very much love to hear your feedback. I am looking
Yeah.
forward to that more than anything. Yeah.
So I have a comment from Dawn Streeter, our amazing Dawn. She says the picture on your perfume is so pretty. It really is. She said it's also the thumbnail on your channel as well. Where were you going looking as beautiful in that picture? Is the question from Dawn. She said to ask you that.
Said what
She
about
said,
the
she
picture?
said, where were you going? Yeah, looking beautiful in that picture, I think.
Oh, you know what? That picture was actually shot by Mima. I wasn't going anywhere, to be very honest. I wasn't going anywhere. I had this hair, and we were talking about, how she could make pictures because she's always loved, taking pictures using the phone. Now she has a camera and all. She is the videographer for Macedon Perfumes, but
Nice.
that was like a couple of years ago, and she would come up with all these things. If you look at my Instagram page, you'll see some of the pictures that she would take, sometimes right at the top of the roof, and she's taking the picture of me right at the bottom. At the time, I'm not sure whether the drones and stuff were there, but that's the passion that Mima had for photography. So with that particular picture, she was trying to recreate uh, me with my hair flowing as though the wind is blowing. And I remember she took up the fan, and the fan wouldn't do what she wanted the fan to do. So she took the fan, and the fan, my hair was too heavy for the fan, I guess, or it wasn't giving her the effect she wanted. And the next thing she said, try to flick your hair
Hair
like
like
this, and I
correct.
did that. Yeah, and I kept on doing that, and still she wasn't capturing the right, because she was getting the hair, but then my face would be blurry. And then we got to a point where she would lift my hair and very quickly run and snap it. And that was the photo.
Yeah.
And that became a photo because of the effort that went into making the photo. That became a photo that was on my Instagram. At some point, it was on my Facebook. And when I
Yeah.
created YouTube, I put that photograph. And every time we look at that photograph, we laugh to say, if only people knew what it took to
To get to
to to,
that.
to, to make this. Yeah, yeah. So I wasn't going anywhere. I was at home, and Mima wanted that effect where it would look like, when your hair is
Like a,
being
yeah,
blown
like
by
you
the
have,
wind, like a
yeah.
performer. Yeah. So
That is
yeah, so that was
amazing.
it.
No, she did a
Yeah.
beautiful job. I agree with that, Dawn. Keeps Nonya, my amazing sister Keeps Nonya. She says this creation was a family affair. I can tell you that is so true. From Troy, who is behind the website and doing
Hmm.
all the technical stuff, to Jemima, who I also spoke with, who does the media runs, to the amazing Tamika. I'm seeing Tamika's
Yes.
daughter here. Sione Sword, your mommy is amazing. She said, I'm glad
Hmm.
you're like my mama, Tamika. Yeah, Tamika is amazing. Tell her thank you for,
Tamika is
trusting.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yes, Tamika is amazing. She's also very technical. The website was actually created by her.
Wow.
She is, yeah, she knows those things. She knows the
Love it.
things that I have no idea. I wouldn't even, if I had to learn how to create a website, that would be like another journey. But yeah, Tamika is very good with things like that. She's very hands on. She's also running, the website, making sure everything is in order. There's no glitch. She was the one on top of the situation when the pre-launch thing was causing a lot of confusion. She fixed that. So she has been so instrumental, not only by just funding the project, but also putting her weight in
Behind it.
basically everything except just putting her face out there, because she just said, well, I I'm a very private person. I wouldn't want my face out there. I don't want an interview. I don't want whatever. But she
Yeah.
has been very hands on when it comes to literally. I'd say most of the stuff. With the atomizer, with the atomizers, we would spray. And sending some of the clips where we were spraying, and she would take some time to really look at what was going on. So that's how she is. She is very meticulous,
Very
and I am
dedicated,
so
very
happy to
meticulous.
have.
I love that. And
Yes,
I see you
yes.
as well as that. So you both actually make a great partnership. You can tell that. And even your kids, I'm seeing them chatting away in the chat group, Jemima and Sione. That is so
Mhm,
beautiful. Well, one last question I'm gonna ask because people love the idea of layering fragrances.
mhm.
Have you layered primary with any fragrance? If you have, what is your favorite layering combo with Proud Mary?
The very first one I tried was the one I posted this morning, the Nudo Oud by
Okay.
Orientica. It's on my Instagram page. I just took
Okay.
yeah, I layered the two that were perfect.
Amazing.
They just married each other. The composition became a little bit soapy, but that's as far as I went when it came to layering.
Mm.
And in that experiment that I did this morning, this fragrance would layer well with, I'd say, a lot of fragrances, but
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
maybe, yeah, a lot of
I
fragrances.
can
This
see.
is,
I can
yeah.
see this
So I
layering
wouldn't say
with
I've
a
played around with a lot of combinations, but I'm planning on doing that so that I put it out there to give people ideas of what they can, perhaps, try to layer this with. This would be perfect layering with a vanilla heavy fragrance, perfect layering with
very
uh,
strong
uh, uh,
oody fragrance. I think like an oud, like
exactly.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, you
Yes,
just giving me an
yes,
idea of what to do as well. I'm gonna have to feel like layering combos. Let's see if we have any that matches, but I'm definitely
yes,
gonna do that too because
yes.
I love to layer, but I like a fragrance that is already good enough on its own. Proud Mary is one of those that is
Yes.
good enough on its own. But my followers would like to, oh, can you layer? I'm like, okay, I have to test things out. So thank you for
Yeah.
sharing that
Yeah.
combo. Now, one other question I had. Now, in the world of fragrances, because everyone now is into fragrances, we like to put people in different categories. We have the luxury line, and I keep telling people niche is not luxury. Niche is
Mm-hmm.
where you are. I consider like niche is your specialty. So niche does not mean
Mm-hmm.
luxury because there's
Mm-hmm.
affordable niche and whatever. In my opinion, Macedon Perfumes is a niche brand because you guys went in to be about perfumery. That is your
Yes.
scope. Is that right to
Mhm.
assume that you guys are a niche brand or
Yes,
okay,
yes, we are certainly a niche brand. We intend to stick to fragrances.
good.
Of course, it's not. I wouldn't say that as in like tentative or 100%, but for
Of
now,
course, of
that's the
course,
plan.
of course, of course.
The brand is mostly going to stick to creating fragrances, and it is a niche brand. Yeah.
That's amazing to know. And I wanted that to be very, very clear because for some reason, with the influx of people into the market and community, everyone's like niche is luxury. No, niche is when you
Mhm.
have that, layer and focus and Proud Mary is the
Yes.
perfume. And you can, and even if you do oils, right? You guys started off as a
Yes.
perfume brand. It's still within the line of
Exactly.
that. So I think it's a great thing. This is a great experience. I can tell you wholeheartedly, wake me up. What fragrance do you think is an amazing release? I'll tell you, Proud Mary by Macedon Perfumes, a collaboration between Sea Chronicles and Tamika, is a work of art. It is worth having. A perfectly unisex fragrance, enjoyable, pleasurable to the senses, something that you're going to keep experiencing every day as the day goes on because it just
Mm-hmm.
changes, morphs, it just becomes something beautiful. Smelling this on a man, oh, I know he's going to smell so incredible. On a woman, you smell phenomenal. And again, the idea of Proud Mary is what I think a person would embody when wearing this
Mm-hmm.
fragrance. So
Mm-hmm.
thank you, thank you, thank you on behalf of the whole community, see, for giving us this baby, your first, well, not your first baby, but you know what I mean, like your official baby within the
Yeah.
perfumery. Um, Do you have
Yes.
any last words? We've literally hit 1 hour, which I am so
1 hour,
excited.
yes, yes.
Yeah, any last
No,
words?
um, guys, thank you so much for, first of all, thank you, Kiki, for, having me here on your platform. I do not take this for granted.
Thank you.
You are a sister in the community, and
Thank you.
you warmed up to me, and I appreciate that. I don't take it for granted. And thanks to your family, the My Fragrance Trail family, thank you so
Yeah,
much as well for being part of this live. I do hope you will support the brand Macedon, and of course, I look forward to hearing your thoughts. If you come from Kiki, you can always drop it in the comment section, even in my comment section, that you've come from here. And if there's anyone here from the Sea Chronicles family right now, or who's going to watch the live later after it saves, please support My Fragrance Trails
thank
channel
you.
by subscribing. We are
Thank
one.
you.
We are
Yeah.
all we are so close in this
Yes.
community. We are one.
Yeah.
So if you can just hit the subscribe button, let's
Thank
get the
you.
numbers going up.
Thank
Support
you.
her. Very much appreciate that. But thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, Kiki.
Thank you.
I wasn't expecting that we would go on for an hour, but
I
and
know.
and I, we were not the two of us were not sure whether this is going to work because we've never done it. At one point I was almost saying maybe let's just do Instagram because I think
Yeah.
Instagram is easy. And no,
Nah.
thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you. I
No.
appreciate it.
You can also see from here the thing about YouTube, and yes, keep snowing. I'm definitely gonna save this live, and I am actually
Mm.
going to start coming here every Sunday actually because it's actually fun. The thing, see, is that
Yes.
YouTube, I'm more comfortable. Look, I don't have any makeup on. The only thing I have is lip
Mm.
liner, lip gloss. That's it. And they just make me feel good because we're communicating with each other. Like some of the names here, I know them. It just is like a very
Mm.
common experience for me. I suppose the Instagram where you have to be like a marketing person, you have to be all put together.
Mm.
Literally, I just got
Exactly.
back from church and I then came here. So I would hopefully love to do this continuously every Sunday. Hopefully, next Sunday, I'm also going to bring you
Yes.
some of the
Yes.
combos that actually have come up with. You know what? That is what I have to do. The combos that I've come up with, Proud Mirror. I'm going to share that with
Yes.
you next.
Yes.
Yeah. And we could probably,
We
if you
can
have
do
the
that. We
time.
can do that on Sunday. And I notice Kip Sonia says Macedon should collaborate with Kiki in the
Oh my
future.
gosh.
That is the plan. No, honestly, that is the
Oh,
plan. And I'm not saying that because I'm here. I had a live yesterday, and
oh,
I was asked in the live what the vision was, and I said that is the vision, to collaborate with fellow creators, and that is what the company is for. It's
yeah,
not going to just stick to, the company just creating its own fragrances. The whole point is it was born from this platform, from
yeah,
social media. That is where Macedon was born. So we will collaborate with fellow creators. And obviously, when it comes to Kiki, girl, that's not even negotiable. So definitely, Macedon, the brand
yeah,
itself, is going to collaborate with creators here on YouTube, and of course, would love to hear or to experience what their noses are like. So that's the whole
yeah.
point. That's the whole plan. Yes, it's in the works, and definitely. So thank you so much, Kip Sonia, for that, because I'd actually forgotten to mention it, but I had mentioned it in a previous live that
Okay.
that's what Macedon perfume stands for. Yes.
All right. So again, my this has been great. I'm definitely going to save this live. Thank you so much, Keeps Now. My battery is literally at 3%.
Same here.
So
Same
this
here.
is my
Please do remember to save the live, because if you don't, it won't show. You have to save it and you
yes.
have to put it on public. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna save it again. You guys get your hands on Proud Mary. It was so great to see you. See you guys next week Sunday. I'm gonna save and post an official flyer so you can know what's coming. Definitely gonna have a date with C Chronicles next week Sunday. Until then, y'all have a great day. Thank you for being here and good night. Bye.
Good night. Bye.